Hey guys, it is I, your girl, Bougie Chef. What's going on this Sunday? And today we are cooking Indian curry chicken. So let me get my social medias set up, and you all check out all the ingredients, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, what's going on? So tonight, like I told you all, we are doing Indian curry chicken. But before we get started, make sure you all are following all of my social media platforms, bougie.chef for Snapchat, Instagram. Make sure you all subscribe to my YouTube channel. It has all of the live videos on Facebook. You can go back, you can get the actual menu items. You can pause and rewind and fast forward so you can get your meals together. But always, let's get the lip gloss popping. Okay, I'm camera ready. So it's a lot of ingredients, but this is really an easy meal. It's really not as complicated as you all think. I did try to make sure that the meal is authentic as I possibly can. So let's start from this way, and we'll go from left to right. So we have our this is cut up chicken breast. It's about an inch. If you want to dice it, you can dice it. I just took a couple of chicken breasts. This is about 2.5 pound chicken breast, and I just sliced it, not too thin, but nice pieces. We got our onion. This onion was big, so I just cut it in half. So a medium onion. You got about 2 cups of heavy cream, turmeric, paprika, cumin, coriander, the little herbs right here. Spices, excuse me. You have 2 tablespoons of garlic, your crushed tomatoes, my little salt and pepper special spices that I mixed up myself. We have fresh ginger root, about 2.5 cups of broth, 2 cups of Basmati rice, and garlic naan bread. So it's going to be good. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the water going for the rice, because we need that to boil. So we're going to do, remember, when you're doing rice, it's always a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you're doing 2 cups of rice, you want 4 cups of water. If you want 4 cups of rice, then you do 8 cups of water. But the difference with Basmati rice, because this is Basmati rice, because you can use Basmati rice or Jasmine, you kind of cut that down. So for 2 cups of rice, you're going to use 3 cups of water. So let's get this water going. Basmati rice is actually a really good rice in Jasmine rice. It's very light, it's very fluffy. If you're making sushi, you most definitely can use that rice, because it most definitely is a good rice to use. So we're going to get this water boiling. Y'all know my oven stove be acting a little funky sometimes. We're gonna get that to a boil. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt to that water, just to help the boiling process. Just a little bit, not a lot. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and cut this onion up. So, I mean, everything is personal preference. If you like more onion, that's fine. If you like less onion, that's fine too. That's just totally up to you on how you do it. And in the meanwhile, in between while, we're gonna start getting our pot together. I seen a hack the other day that said if you want to prevent from crying because of the onions, it said to freeze your onion, the whole onion, in the freezer for like 10 minutes. For the most part, onions don't make me cry anymore. When I was in culinary school, they most definitely did. But I'm at the point now where I think I am a champ. There's no rhyme or reason to the way I'm cutting these onions. I'm just cutting them. You know, if you want smaller onions, cut them smaller. If you want bigger onions, cut them bigger. It's all up to you and what you want to do. Always make the recipe your own. Take a recipe and follow the basis of it, and then from that point, just do whatever you feel like you want to do. You always, when you want, I should have showed you all. When you all cut an onion, please don't cut against the grain. Whatever direction that onion is on, and when you cut it, cut in that direction. If the onion lines are going this way, don't cut that way. Cut like that. And we're gonna put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here with to cook down the onions. So I'm just doing really a little more than a rough chop. So we got a nice amount of onion. So we got my beautiful olive oil. You all know I love olive oil. And we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of this for the onion. We don't want to cook the onions dry. Invest in you some tablespoons, some good tablespoons. Invest in you some good measuring cups. These things do come in handy, whether you feel like they do or not. We're gonna turn this fire up a little bit because we ain't got all day. So guys, I got a question for you all. I am always open to new types of wine. Give me a wine. No Stella Rosas. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love them. But I've had a lot. Every time they come out with a new one, I had it. But I want to try something different. So I prefer sweeter wines. I don't like dry wines. I don't have a preference whether they're red or white. But drop me in the comments some wines that you all tasted that you all think are good. I do like Giastis. I like Rieslings. I kind of like Moscatos. So let me know, what you all think as far as wines. I want to try some different wines. It's one wine by, I always say Gloria, but it's Ranch something Gloria. And it's a margarita wine. I am looking for it. If you have tried that wine, it's a margarita wine. If you tried it, please let me know what you think about it. Let me know where I can find it because I have not been able to find it. So I'm thinking that this pot is hot and we're gonna go ahead and add these onions. Yep. And you want to cook your onions until they're translucent. So that's about 5 minutes. Don't burn yourself with the popping oil. Be smart about it. And translucent means when they're clear. So we're just going to keep cooking these onions until they are clear. And then we're going to add the chicken to it. Invest in you a good spatula. a spatula and a wooden spoon are your friends. I always tell you, I always talk about the tongs, and that's what a good spatula. And the thing about a wooden spoon is, say for instance, if you're boiling rice or you're boiling something and it boils over, if you stick the spoon on top of it, it will stop it from boiling over. So invest in you a good wooden spoon. Sometimes wooden spoons are better in certain situations. If you have, if you don't want to damage the bottom of your pots and your skillets, most definitely invest in a wooden spoon. This will not damage those things. So this is cooking really good. You would think that 2 tablespoons of oil would not be enough, but you gotta also remember that the onions are actually going to make juices themselves. Something else I did with my chicken was I actually pre-marinated my chicken. So I added seasoning. I did add seasoning to my chicken once I put it in the bowl. So I just came up with my own special blend because I know it's gonna get the seasoning that it needs once it cooks, but it doesn't hurt to give it some extra seasoning. So, and it has a little bit of liquid on there, so I'm gonna pour out some of that liquid before I actually put it in this pot. So let me check on my onions again. The onions are getting there. They are most definitely becoming clear. As you can see, they're clear. And I'm going to, while you all are checking out the onions, I am going to most definitely drain some of this juice off of the chicken. We don't want it to create too much juice. Always remember when you're cooking things, if you cook things in a 5-minute increment, it can help you with making sure things are done completely or making sure that you didn't overcook them because you're doing it in little 5-minute increments. So we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken to this. I'm kind of liking how this is, so we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken. Because the onions are gonna constantly cook. And that's why, because of the chicken, that's why I chose the pot that I chose. Because we gotta add all the liquids and stuff, and you want something deep. Some more chicken on here. Please make sure that you are using good hand washing skills when it comes down to raw meat, especially chicken. I'm just gonna let this cook. Baby, this is gonna be so delicious. Y'all see it cooking? Turn this up a little bit. Just brought it down because I didn't want to burn the onion. Now we're gonna bring it back up. And we're gonna leave that be while we start talking a little bit about some other things. So this is ginger root, and this is fresh ginger root, and this is about 8 ounces. I think it was like $1.89 or something like that. And I only use just like a little bit of it. But ginger root is good for a numerous numerous things. It's good for tea. If you have a sore throat, you can take the ginger in the raw state and chew it up. And don't swallow the ginger, but let the juice run down your throat. This is going to be wonderful in the winter time. So invest in you some ginger root. Like it's a very good herb to have. I'm not sure how long it holds because it's the first time I ever bought it fresh. Usually I buy like ground ginger root, but I decided to go ahead and get fresh. But most definitely, you all know I'm big on fresh herbs, so this is most definitely now on my list of fresh herbs. Make sure you go get you some, make you some ginger tea. You know, we got the virus going around here, y'all, so you want to make sure you stay stocked up on your fresh herbs and everything. Another good thing is turmeric. Turmeric is used for numerous things also. I do believe my daughter makes a face mask with the turmeric, which is really good. So research turmeric because I know it's very good and healthy for the body. So you most definitely want to make sure you have that under in your cabinet. So things to have in your cabinet when you go shopping, make sure you put ginger root on your grocery list, and make sure you invest in some turmeric because these are good things to have on your shopping list. Now let's go check on our chicken. Okay, it's coming along. It's coming along really good. So I'm about to add the garlic and the ginger root to this because I want it to cook in it. So we're gonna add quite naturally the garlic first. Y'all know she's a garlic girl. Get you some fresh garlic. I'm gonna invest in a garlic presser because you know sometimes cutting, mincing fresh garlic, it can be a little time-consuming, but it's okay. And then we're gonna get some of this fresh ginger. Here's the fresh ginger, minced ginger. You know that you got fresh herbs when your sinuses start opening up. At least sinuses up in here. They opening up, y'all. She over this stove trying to be the camera woman. Sinuses are opening up, baby. We're going to let that cook some more because we don't want it to be pink. We want all the meat to be white. I know that's tacky to be doing that, but hey, it is what it is. Guys, for those of you all who just tuned in, I am doing Indian curry chicken today. Make sure you all are subscribing to all of my social media platforms: Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. I am bougie.chef. I do have aprons for sale if anybody's interested in buying an apron. I do have t-shirts for sale. Make sure you all inbox me. I've been asking you all to give me items that you would like to see me cook on live. You all can comment below on what you would like to see me cook, or you could inbox me. Because of the virus, I know I did tell you all that I was going to start doing food blogs. I do have Let's Talk Mondays and Thursdays where I order different things from places like DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats. Once we're able to really fully go back into restaurants, I will be going back into restaurants that you all tell me that you all want me to try the food. The only thing that I will not try is, unfortunately, I do not eat pork, so that's one thing I cannot try for you all. So let's chicken on chicken. It's cooking good. Yes, yes. A nice tender chicken. We're gonna let this cook a little bit more before we actually put these spices in there. am going to put my special blend in here. This is just my special blend that I created myself. Put that down a little bit. You all, please be careful. Do not eat raw chicken. Just don't do it. You will be sick and you will regret that you ate raw chicken. So take your time when you're dealing with raw chicken. Raw meat in general. We still got some pieces that's still a little pink. But again, we're not done with this dish, so I could still technically add the rest of the items. So the next thing that we're going to add is our paprika, cumin, coriander, and turmeric. We're going to add that. Get that seasoned up in there really good. And I know you all wonder when I say fragrant, until it's fragrant, that means when you can just smell the herbs and it just hits your nose. So that's what I mean when I say fragrant. It's very, now this is very fragrant. You can smell it really good. So we're gonna mix all these seasonings up good. You see how it's giving that golden color? That's from all them good seasonings. If you like tacos, don't buy any more taco mix. Get you some cumin. Season your tacos and add cumin to it. You don't need to buy any more taco seasoning anymore. Tacos are going to be great. Next, after we got that all mixed up, we are going to add our chicken broth. Here's our chicken broth. Yep. And once that comes back up to a small boil, we are going to add the tomato sauce. So, Elise, come on back over here, girl. We're going to do something that we ain't did in a long time. I haven't really responded to comments in a while. So, what are people saying to me today? First of all, let me say, hey everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? So, do I have any comments today?
Yes.
What are some of my comments?
Darius H. Senior said, can't wait.
I'm quite sure you can't wait. Let me know how it turned out when you make it. Thank you very kindly. Who else said something?
Nobody else.
Okay. So with that being said, we only have 2 ingredients left. We have our heavy cream, and then we have our crushed tomato. I know you like, this is just regular tomato sauce, but it's really not. It's actually crushed tomato. And then we have our naan bread. Slap this up so y'all can kind of look at it. It almost reminds you of like a pita, but this is the kind of bread that a lot of cultures use, Indian, African, and it's like it's a thin bread that they use to kind of like sock up the food instead of using, you know how you watch some of the movies and they don't use like forks, they use the bread. So this is the bread. This bread is actually really, really good, y'all. It's really good. And I got the garlic flavor, roasted garlic. So, and the thing about this, you can eat it like this or you can heat it up. I always take a pan and just kind of warm it up a little bit. You don't have to add no oil because as you can see, the package is oily. And let me say, I was trying to see like the cholesterol. Ain't no cholesterol in it. It is 260 calories per serving. This does come in wheats, just to let you all know. But this is gonna be yummy with our meal tonight. It looks like that the chicken has came to a small boil. That's all I wanted was a small boil. And we're gonna go ahead and add the crushed tomato. Do not put diced tomato in this meal, please, 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 please. No. crushed tomato. Do not put tomato paste. Do not put tomato sauce. Crushed tomato. I always make like a hole in the middle and just stir this way versus just pouring it all in there. And that way it kind of gets it mixed up really good. Make sure you all are liking and sharing this with your family and friends. I really appreciate you all. Make sure you all are following Bougie Chef. I'm so excited to be back on my page, making videos again on this page. I'm not sure what happened, why Facebook shut me down, but she's back. That's all that matters. I'm going to bring this back to a boil again, and I'm going to actually taste the sauce, because at this point I need to see what seasoning, what other seasons I need. And we're going to actually get this rice going too, because this water is kind of hot for the rice also. Y'all see that? Yeah, buddy. It's gonna be like fire. No, I can't sing, but it's okay. I sing for Jesus. That's all that matters. I'm trying to get more into authentic or authentic ethnic meals. You all know I did that chicken and noodles for the Chinese New Year, and I do this, and I'm just trying to, you know, see what other authentic meals I can do. Me and my daughter did a stew. We did like a okra stew or something, and it was so good, like really good. We were nervous about making it, but it turned out so wonderful. So I'm trying to do more ethnic types of meals. So once we bring that back up to a boil, then we're going to add the last ingredient, which is the heavy cream. This chicken is going to be so tender. It's going to be tender, y'all. So with your rice, I'm going to show you all how to do this rice without messing it up. This is looking good. This chicken, ooh, yes, this chicken is very, I can break the chicken with this wooden spoon. That's how you know the chicken is tender. But we're going to bring this back up to the boil, and then we're going to taste this one. To see what else we need. If we need to add some seasoning, take away some seasoning. I always start off with the basic recipe and then add to it. Don't start off doing too much to it, because you could damage it, destroy it before it gets started. Always start off with less and work your way up after tasting. So just keep that in mind. So it got a slight boil to it. So let me taste. Y'all, I don't want to burn my mouth. Y'all know I'll be burning my mouth. It's a little bland. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. It's a little bland. So we're going to add a little salt to it. I ain't going to never lie to y'all. If it ain't right, it ain't right. So we're going to take a little sea salt. I ain't going to add too much to it, but we're going to see how that cooks. So now that the rice is boiling, the water is boiling for the rice, we're going to go ahead and add the 2 cups of rice. And then we're going to cover the rice for about 20 minutes. And y'all know I'm good for setting the timer, because I will forget. But we're going to let that cook for a minute. Let some of that salt get in there, and then we're going to try it again. before I taste it again, I am most definitely going to go ahead and add the cream to it. Because I see it's boiling again. I'm going to add the cream. Just going to give it that orangey look. That's what we're looking for. And the sauce is going to thicken as it cooks. So we're just going to bring it back to a boil again, and then we're going to go ahead and taste it again to see. Because the last thing a person wants to do is eat some bland food. At least I know I don't. So once you add your rice to the pot, once you bring it to a boil, you add your rice, and then you cover it, and then you leave it covered. You reduce the heat and you leave it covered for 20 minutes. So the rice is most definitely boiling, but as it cooks, the water is going to reduce, and all you're going to have in your pot is rice. So don't overcook your rice. That's why I said let me set a timer, because you all know just as well as I know, I will forget. We're gonna make sure that comes back up to a boil again before we taste it, and then we have our skillet, because we are going to make our that's where we're gonna put our, well, I got a flat griddle, because that's what we're gonna put our naan bread on, just to let y'all know. And we're gonna rotate some things around here. We're gonna put this one on the back. We're gonna leave this one on the front. Guys, that will definitely concludes this video. The Indian curry chicken. You can come back and see it plated up in about 15-20 minutes, but I will most definitely be dropping the recipe in the in my description on my YouTube channel, so make sure you all subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, you all have a great night. Be bougie.